Shamru? You're kidding me. Oh my God, she's got everything in here. What is this? Isabella.
Prayer one.
What?
For a few prayers, we're going to ask y'all to come on up if you want to.
So when you kiss him, is this?
Yes. Hi, Ira.
Hi. Sorry I'm late. There's a crash on 71.
Oh, okay. You're all good. I was thinking for this one, we can just be seated when
Can
the
I be
person
the
is
dancer?
leading.
Can I be the one that
If you want to
dances?
be up here, you can. You can do either one. You can either do a tap kiss or a kiss tap. I find most people do a tap kiss.
Okay. Can I teach the class first?
So Ira is leading. So Ira, you can just introduce Behavta and then
I'm going to give it to
Jill's going to teach it.
Cool. And then I'll say, and then I will take over.
Oh,
I'm teasing.
please don't.
Everything okay?
Everything's fine. Yeah, it's just.
Either way.
Yeah, that's great. It's all good. Are you ready?
Okay. Great. And for the story, if you want the kids to come up here, you can, or you can just have them.
Play it off. Make it work.
Sounds great. All right, I think we're ready. Oh, everyone got very quiet. Wow. Very exciting. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And Shabbat Sprinkler. We're excited to have Sprinkler Shabbat, but first we're going to enjoy an air-conditioned service inside. No surprise sprinklers in the seats, I promise. Then we'll enjoy our sprinklers on the patio along with some other fun activities and dinner. So hope you are planning to stay with us for a beautiful summer evening. But first we'll begin singing our way through our First Friday family-friendly service. As we always do, welcoming each other back into this space, back into Shabbat. We'll sing Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Please join with us.
Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Time for the clapping. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Yalalai, Yalalai, Yalalai. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Yalalai, Yalalai, Yalalai. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
We're going to keep singing with Shir Chadash, a new song. May we sing a new song on this Shabbat. And at any point, if you want to clap, if you want to get up and dance, no matter what age you are welcome to do so. Shir Chadash.
Shir God on the earth. A new song I will sing unto God, a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along on the earth. A new song unto God. I will sing unto God a new song.
We want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a welcome back to TBS. And let's take a moment to get to know the folks around us if we know them, or maybe better yet, if we don't, to wish folks around us a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're now going to continue with candle lighting, and I'd like to ask if there's anyone in our community who would like to light candles for us. We can help out with the singing if you're not a fan of singing. Anyone? Carol, thank you so much.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotcha, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Let's all take a moment to take a deep breath, or maybe even a couple of deep cycles of breath, feeling gratitude for our bodies, for being here in this moment, thinking of whatever we may need from these next 24 hours. Okay, we're going to continue with our first Friday here, celebrating birthdays. If anyone has an August birthday, they're welcome to come on up here or raise their hands. It's Nick's birthday. Well, happy birthday to Nick. Anyone else have an August birthday? Okay. January. Well, almost a half birthday. Sounds great, Lily. How old are you going to be in August? You don't know? That's okay. Well, for however old Lily is going to be, and for Nick, and for whomever else has an August birthday, we can still sing. Let's still sing Happy Birthday, Yom Huledet Sameach, for whomever in our community will be celebrating this month.
Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday all you people, happy birthday to you. January, yay.
We'll now continue with the Lecha Dodi, with welcoming the Sabbath bride. Please keep on singing with us as we welcome Shabbat.
Lecha Dodi libra kala, pene Shabbat, נקבלה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת בלי תחילה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת ברכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם משוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי בעורק קומי אורי 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 שיר ברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נקרא לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise and face the entrance if you're able.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצות חלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת חלה פני שבת נקבלה.
We're going to remain standing as we continue with Baruch Hu. Sorry for those of you who already sat down. Baruch Hu, am I awake? And we'd like to invite any of our young friends, if you'd like to come up here and help us out with Am I Awake and Shema, please come on up. Careful of the candles. Even if you don't know the words, you can come on up and dance.
Am I awake? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam va'ed La 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 la
Okay, so we're going to continue our service by singing Shema, affirming God's oneness. And if you guys want to stick around, you can come sing with us. Yeah. Y'all be seated. Yeah.
Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Okay, this is a very, very special day. We are learning this. Would you make a nice heart shape with your hands? We're going to sing love twice. Or no, not. We're just going to sing it once. And then Adonai is our Adonai movement for the Shema. And God, 2 claps. Here we go. Love Adonai our God. Love Adonai our God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Great. And then I'm going to teach you the motions for the first verse, and then you have to come back next month to learn the second and third verse. Okay? So it's going to be with all your heart. Would you do it with me? With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And you can do any kind of strong thing. With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Repeat that. With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. From the beginning. Love Adonai your God. Love
Adonai your
God. Love Adonai your God. First verse. With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Repeat that. With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Back to the chorus. Love Adonai your God.
Adonai
I can hear you. Love
Adonai your God. Adonai
your God. Take these words which I command this day and keep them in your heart. Same thing. Take these words which I command this day and keep them in your heart from the beginning. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Adonai your God. Adonai your God. Write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates.
Write them on the doorposts
of your house and upon your gate. From the top, love
Adonai your God. Adonai
a
your
little
God.
louder.
Love
love it.
Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God.
Great job.
Well, that was a fun new song. We are going to keep these good vibes going, and before we start Micha Mocha, we are going to ask, just as the Israelites celebrated their gratitude as escaping slavery in Egypt, is there anything that we as a community might be thankful for this Shabbat? Anything you guys have to share? Okay, we have the tech figured out. Who would like to share?
McDonald's.
Man, all right.
Libby.
They had to get me once. All right. Who else? If it's McDonald's, I'm gonna be mad.
Friends and family and so much more.
Yes, I love it. You're my new favorite. Friends, family, and so much more. Oh boy. More McDonald's, huh?
Love and hugs.
Beautiful.
Our history, it makes for all these cool stories.
I love that one.
All of the Jewish holidays.
All the Jewish holidays, not just one, but all of them. All right. Anyone want to follow up all the Jewish holidays? Anyone? All right. Well, those were excellent. Ooh, Miss Rose, go on.
Can I have one too?
Yeah, please.
And I'm really excited. Choir starts this Tuesday, and we have two brand new members, and they're both here today. So we'll have to introduce you to some other choir members. So.
Excellent. Well, for all those things and so much more, let's sing together, Micha Mocha. All right, and we're going to keep on going with Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בגדולתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בגדולתם ברית עולם. בני
Time for clapping.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת כדודתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת כדודתם ברית עולם. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמים ואת הארץ.
Offbeat clapping.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת,
You can do it.
לעשות את השבת כדודתם ברית עולם.
Love it, Matt.
ושמרו בני השבת בגדולתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. Everybody, boom, 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 boom. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בגדולתם ברית עולם. Last time. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בגדולתם Berita Olam.
All right, and I ask that we all rise for our Amidah, our standing prayer, beginning with Adonai Sefatai, our call to prayer.
Hanana na 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 Adonai. Hanana na 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 Svaitai Tiftah. Hanana na 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 Ufi Yagi. Ufi Yagi Tahilai Tehecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svaitai Tiftah. Na 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 Ufi Yagi Tahilai Tehecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svaitai Tiftah. Na 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 Ufi Yagi Tehillah Tehecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svaitai Tiftah. Na 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 Ufi Yagid Tehillah Tehecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elokei Abraham Elokei Yitzchak Elokei Yaakov Elokei Sarah Elokei Rivka Elokei Rachel v'Elokei Leah El HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanarah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Hasei Avot V'Imahot U'Mekim V'Ulam L'Bneihem L'Ma'an Shemam V'Ahava Melech Osher Roshia Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magid Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol HaTorah Ve'Hoshia Mechakel Chaim V'Chesed Mechayei HaKol Ve'Rachamim Rabim Somet Noflim Ve'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayei Emunato Lishelei Afar Ichalocha B'Gvurot Umidol Melach Melech Me'id Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua Ne'emanatah Chayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh V'Shimcha Yom Yahalu L'Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen. All right, you may all be seated, and we'll continue for a few moments in silent prayer using either pages 54 to 60 or the words within our own hearts this evening.
Shalom b'mroma
shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael.
Friends, every Shabbat is very special, but this Shabbat is super special because we are so excited to invite Ira to share a story with us. Take it away, Ira. That's also true.
With that, I'm going to tell you guys a very special story. I don't know if you know, but there is a very lovely Jewish holiday that came up this week. It's called Tu B'Av, and it's best described as Jewish Valentine's Day. It's where women would get dressed in white and dance in the vineyards and make love matches, meet people and get married. It's a beautiful holiday. But also, I know for everybody who has kids or teaches in the audience, we are quickly approaching back to school at the very end of this month. So I've selected a story that will hopefully encompass both of those wonderful events. So I'm going to tell you a little story about a man who was eventually known as Rabbi Akiva. But before he was Rabbi Akiva, he was an illiterate shepherd. Now, before we get there, I first have to tell you about Ben Kalba Savua, who was the wealthiest man in ancient Israel. He owned so much land, so many farms, all these animals, pigs, cows, chickens, you name it, he owned it. He had riches and jewels and estates and houses, but the one most prized thing that he had in his whole life was his beautiful daughter, Rachel. And it was his dream that his daughter would one day marry a great scholar. With a great scholar as his son-in-law, Ben Kalva Savua would then have everything he ever wanted in life. Rachel had other ideas because she was in fact her own person and not a piece of land or livestock or house. Rachel fell in love with said illiterate shepherd, Akiva. She knew that something about Akiva was special, as so many of us do about the people we love. So even though her father objected, every day she would pack up a lunch for the two of them and sneak out to go meet with Akiva. Rachel would sit with Akiva and they would talk all day, and one day he gazed lovingly into her eyes and said, "Rachel, will you marry me?" And she said, "Akiva, I will, I would love to, but on one condition." And he said, "Anything, I'll promise you anything if you just marry me." And she looked him in the eyes and said, "Promise me this, when we have a child, you'll go to school with him and you'll learn Torah." He said, "But Rachel, I'm an adult, I'm a shepherd, I can't go to school, I'm too old." And she said, "Akiva, do you love me?" And he said, "Do I love you? Of course I love you with all of my heart." She said, "Then promise me, you'll go to school." He said, "I promise." So then they were married in secret. When Ben Kalva Savua found out that his beautiful daughter Rachel had married an illiterate shepherd of her own design, he was furious. He sent her from the house with nothing but the clothes on her back and vowed that neither her nor her husband would ever be welcome in his home. Akiva and Rachel lived in a barn. They had very few things, but their love was fierce, and God soon blessed them with a son. When the son was 3 and he was ready for school, Rachel reminded Akiva of his promise the day they were married. She said, "You remember, Akiva, you promised me when our child goes to school, you will learn Torah. You promised to go." Akiva had rather hoped his lovely wife would have forgotten he ever promised that. He couldn't see himself going to school as an adult. He said again, "But Rachel, I'm too old. How could I go to school?" She said again, "Akiva, do you love me?" And he said, "Of course, I love you with all of my heart." "So then go to school," she responded. She would not change her mind. So he went because he loved his wife, along with his 3-year-old son. He sat at a tiny table in a tiny chair with all the other 3-year-olds, and on his first day, he learned his first 2 letters, Aleph and Bet. He came home. "I've fulfilled my promise," he said triumphantly. "I've learned letters, Aleph and Bet." And his wife said, "That's fantastic. Now you'll go back and learn the rest." And he said, the rest of the letters, Rachel, I'm too old. This is all I can learn. This is all I've done. And she wouldn't let him go back on his promise. So off to school he went the next day, and the rest of the week, and the rest of the month, and he learned all of his letters. So he came home. Now I've learned all of my letters, he said. I've fulfilled my promise. No more school. Rachel knew better and sent him back to school again. He stayed for most of the year, and he learned to read. He began learning Torah, first Leviticus, and then the other books of the Torah. When the end of the school year came, he returned home and announced, I've fulfilled my promise, finally. I've learned Torah, I've learned to read. That's all the school I've needed. Rachel looked deep into his eyes. Akiva, do you love me? She asked for a third time. Dear Rachel, I've missed you so much, and I love you with all of my heart. She said, then go back and learn the rest, and this time, don't come home until you're done. He knew she meant it, so he went back and he studied for 7 long years. He returned home a scholar of Torah, but she was unsatisfied. Rachel wanted Akiva to pursue his learning for another 7 years, during which he became the great Rabbi Akiva as we know him today. Rabbi Akiva was at all the towns and villages in the land of Israel teaching Torah. Everywhere he went, thousands of students followed him. One day he came to his own town, where his wife Rachel still lived. The whole town came to see this great rabbi. One by one, the people came to him to present gifts and ask for his blessing. There appeared before Rabbi Akiva a very poor woman. Out of respect, she lowered her eyes, never looking into his face. She did not recognize her beloved husband. She had brought him only a small loaf of challah as a gift. Why such a small gift? The rabbi asked. Many years ago, I sent my husband to learn with the great rabbis. In his absence, I have been very poor and shall continue to be until he returns. You sent your husband away to learn? Why would you do that? He asked. Because the first day I met him, I knew he was destined to be a great master of Torah. I saw that in his soul. I knew that it was my responsibility to make sure he would go and learn. Great Rabbi, I only pray that he will find it in his own soul what I saw those many years ago and come back to me. Akiva's eyes filled with tears and his heart filled with a greater love than he had ever known, and he reached out like he had done many times before and echoed his wife's question to him. Rachel, do you love me? He asked. For the first time, she looked up and saw the face of her husband, and she too began to cry. With all of my heart, Akiva, she responded. Rabbi Akiva's students didn't understand who this strange woman was, so they tried to move her away from him, but he waved his hand and stopped them. Let her be, he said. All that I know and all that I have taught belong to her. Just then came the wealthiest man in town, Ben Kalba Savua, back again. His gift to the rabbi was a golden jeweled tiara. Why do you bring such a magnificent gift to the rabbi? Akiva asked him. Because my heart is broken and I seek your blessing, required Ben Kalba Savua. Many years ago, I made a foolish vow in anger, and I sent away my beautiful daughter because I objected to the man that she loved. And in anger, I vowed that she and her illiterate husband would never have a place in my home. Every day since then, I have regretted that vow. And every day I think of my daughter and I miss her terribly. Every day I wish I could just bring her home. And what of the husband? Akiva asked. Why were you so angry with her husband? I wanted her to marry a scholar, a man worthy of her, Akiva said. Not Akiva, Ben Savua said. If you knew that today the man she married is a scholar, would you still reject him? He asked. The man she married was an illiterate shepherd, Ben Kalba Savua answered. But, Akiva said, the man your daughter married stands before you. Your vow is released. Go and bring your daughter home. Akiva accepted the gift of the jeweled tiara from Ben Kalba Savua, and with it crowned his beloved wife. Ben Kalba Savua welcomed his daughter and son-in-law into his home, and because of Rachel's love, Rabbi Akiva became the greatest of rabbis, just as Rachel knew he would. And so, that's that. Rabbi?
Thank you, Ira, for such a moving and beautiful story that we can all learn from during this particular season. I love those connections. Well, with that story of love and hope and connection, we'll now turn to our Misha Berach prayer to reach out to those who are in need of healing and of wholeness. We're thinking of many in our community. We're thinking of Margie Block, Neil Karen, Bruce Cohen, Luca Conley-Kerr, Dorothy Collins, Ella Dubrow, Bruce Meislish, Minna Melton, Lisa Pena, Aaron Phelan, Ian Phillips, Rashi Pristowski, Stanley Radin, Pam Shear, Rolf Sauer, Ozzie Zimmer, Shelley Zimmerman, and Jessica Rathkopf, and any names of those in need of healing that you would like to share with our community this evening.
Lisa Friedman, Rona Jacobson.
David Herzog. For them and for all those in need of healing and wholeness this Shabbat, we'll sing together, Misha Berach.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And let us say,
We invite you to please rise if you are able as we begin to conclude our service, first with Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol,
L'teinu l'yotzer b'reishit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol ha'olam, ve'anachnu horim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, mifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, hayom hahu, hayom hahu, hireh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad. Although our days are fleeting, O God, you endow them with endless worth. This evening, this week, our community lost two people who truly brought every week so much meaning, who left an indelible mark on their families and in our community. So to the Hirsch and Kagan families, we hope that as we're all standing together, that you feel the comfort and solidarity of all of us at TBS, here to comfort you in your grief for the days, weeks, and months to come. This evening, we are remembering those whom we lost this week and in the past 30 days. We're remembering with love David Hirsch, Luda Kagan, Eva Posner, and Robert Solar. We're also recalling those whom we lost at this season in years past, and we remember Martin Alper, Eileen Attenberg Graff, Nissan Barlev, Louis Becker, William J. Belford, Betty Fay, Joan Gerson, Sally Goldberg, Hillary Harper, Fanny Lansky, Annie Laserwitz, Alberto Levitin, Louis Luckton, Suzanne Lashin, Milton Mart, Geraldine Parsons, Ruth Schulte, Maxine Schwartz, Harriet Sloin, and Isidore Weiss. like to ask if there are any names of other people who you're remembering this evening. For them and for those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them, we'll recite in solidarity and comfort, Mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei dekudasha barichu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We say zichronam livracha. May each of their memories always be a blessing for us. And let us say together, amen. You may be seated. I'm happy to call up Bobby for some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this first Friday Shabbat of August. Please join us after services in the social hall for a family-friendly dinner and activities. Looking ahead to the upcoming weeks, we have a lot of exciting events coming up. First off, on August 15th, that's a Tuesday at 11 a.m. here at the Temple. It is the August edition of Juicy Jewish Topics taught by Rabbi Benji, and the topic is going to be Who Wrote the Torah? Judy's, which is TBS's foodies group, will be visiting Polaris Grill on Thursday, August 17th at 6:30. Please RSVP to Gene Crum by August 14th. And lastly, our big welcome back from the summer event is TBS Fest, and that is on August 20th, which is a Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. We're going to have Johnson's Ice Cream, fire trucks, live music, Cash Bar, and BYOB. It's going to be a really great time. For all of these events and more, please visit our website where you can find all of the links to RSVP for these events. And check out the e-window, the August and September edition of the window, or just give us a call or shoot us an email if you have any questions. With that, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for making TBS your Jewish home. Rabbi?
Thank you, Bobby. We're going to continue with our closing song before Kiddush and Motzi. Does that sound good? We'll do Tree of Life as we are in the just about the end of the summer. Oh, that's really sad.
Somebody wants to come up and join us?
Anyone want to come up and join us? Look at all these little trees of life. Beautiful.
All of its supporters are happy. The tree of life to those who are fasting. All of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. It's Chaim Hilema Chazikira Tomhecha Meosha. It's Chaim Hilema Chazikira Tomhecha Meosha. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Nice job, friends. If you want to come around over here, we're not going to do Holly yet, but if you come around, you can have first dibs. But first, we'll do Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
L'chaim.
Grab the Holly. Oh, it's still in the bag.
It's still in the bag.
All right. And like who's in the bag and not easy to access. Can we hold it first? Very nice. Over here, well, let's all sing this together. Let's all sing together. Can I hold the mic? Sure.
Let's see what
We give thanks to God for bread.
our voice.
Rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz. Amen.
That concludes our service. Please join us downstairs for dinner. Take a little breathe. At least our dinner's out downstairs.
Adonai, your God. Love, Adonai, your God. Love, Adonai, your God. Love, Adonai, your God. With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Take these words I command this day and keep them in your heart. Take these words that I command this day and keep them in your heart. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. Love Adonai your God. So remember, it's 2 and 4, not 1 and 3. Hey, you look lovely.
dare you?
I'm 99.
So you're a 90s kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, so why are you trying to shave her off the 80s? Mr. 99.